Karmana cha yata kalam yata desham yata balam yata jatam yata vittam akaro brahmasat kritam. Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, Chapter 22, text number 50. Karmani, activities. Cha, also. Yata kalam, befitting time and circumstances. Yata desham, befitting the place and situation. Yata balam, befitting one's own strength. Yata uchitam, as far as possible. Yata vittam, as far as one can spend money in this connection. Akarot, performed. Brahmasat, in the absolute truth. Kritam, did. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivajakacarya Astata Sadhikari Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Siddhanti Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada, founder-charya of ISKCON, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Being self-satisfied, Maharaj Prithu executed his duties as perfectly as possible according to the time and his situation, strength and financial position. His only aim in all his activities was to satisfy the absolute truth. In this way he duly acted. Purport. Maharaj Prithu was a responsible monarch, and he had to execute the duties of a kshatriya, a king and devotee at the same time. Being perfect in the Lord's devotional service, he could execute his prescribed duties with complete perfection as it fitted the time and circumstance and his financial strength and personal ability. In this regard, the word karmani in this verse is significant. Prithu Maharaj's activities were not ordinary, for they were in relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srila Rupa Goswami has advised that things which are favorable to devotional service should not be rejected, and nor should activity favorable for devotional service be considered ordinary work or fruit of activity. For example, if an ordinary worker conducts business in order to earn money for his sense gratification, the devotee may perform the same work and execute it in exactly the same way, but his aim is to satisfy the Supreme Lord. Consequently, his activities are not ordinary. Just like many devotees have jobs. They're working in some office surrounded by non-devotees. Everybody's working the same job, trying to do well in the same job, but the consciousness of the devotee is he wants to earn money so he can engage it nicely in Krishna's service to maintain his own Krishna conscious lifestyle and to support the Krishna conscious movement. Whereas the non-devotee is simply working to eat, sleep, mate, and defend. There's a big difference. The work appears to be the same, but the consciousness is completely different. Next paragraph. Prahlad Maharaj's activities were therefore not ordinary, but were all spiritual and transcendental. For his aim was to satisfy the Lord, just as Arjuna, who was a warrior, had to fight to satisfy Krishna. Prithu Maharaj performed his real duties as a king for the satisfaction of Krishna. Indeed, whatever he did as an emperor of the whole world was perfectly befitting a pure devotee. It is therefore said by a Vaishnava poet, Vaishnavera kriya mudra vigyena bhujaya. No one can understand the activities of a pure devotee. A pure devotee's activities may appear like ordinary activities, but behind them there is a profound significance, the satisfaction of the Lord. In order to understand the activities of a Vaishnava, one has to become very expert. Prithu Maharaj did not allow himself to function outside the institution of 4 varnas and 4 ashramas, although as a Vaishnava, he was a Paramahamsa and transcendental to all material activities. He remained in his position as a Kshatriya to rule the world activities, through the world at the same time remained transcendental to such activity by satisfying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Concealing himself as a pure devotee, he externally manifested himself as a very powerful and dutiful king. In other words, none of his activities were carried out for his own sense gratification. Everything he did was meant for the satisfaction of the senses of the Lord. This is clearly explained in the next verse. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jatapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganaragadatam Vitam Vitam Sajivam Sadaitam Sabadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam Cha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Svamaniti Namane Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschita Desha Taline. So, we have a great deal to learn from this great king and great Vaishnava Prithu Maharaj. How to dovetail all activities in the service of the Lord. This word dovetail is very interesting. In carpentry, there's what is known as a dovetail joint, where, just like I can show you here with my fingers. Let me get where I can see it. Just like this. It's a very solid joint, but like that. In carpentry, it's like this. It's called a dovetail joint. So, when we dovetail our activities in the service of the Lord, that means they're firmly and solidly interlinked with devotional service. Not just slightly or casually or a little, no, very tightly and expertly connected with Krishna consciousness in all times, all places, and circumstances. So in this way, we have to dovetail our consciousness with the Supreme Consciousness. Supreme Consciousness means the consciousness of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, the source of all existence. And we many times explain the existence has a source. The atheists say it comes out of nothing, but if we explain many times, nothing comes out of nothing. Show me any one thing that ever came out of nothing. So if they want to prove their philosophy, that everything comes out of nothing, let them demonstrate scientifically that any one thing can come out of nothing. So Krishna consciousness, or the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita, is most scientific. It's not some blind faith dogma. It's Godma, it's not dogma. It's the teachings of God Himself. The Supreme Lord given us Bhagavad Gita. It's the science of love of God. You see, the whole thing is very precisely described in this very scientific and profound way. So, therefore, it should be taught everywhere. Just like mathematics is a science, it's taught everywhere. In all elementary schools all over the world, the little kids are taught 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 2 = 4, etc. The science of mathematics is a universal science. Similarly, the science of God is a universal science. And why it's not being taught in all the colleges, schools, and universities all over the world is a great crime, actually. It's a great crime that they are not teaching the science of God. So nobody knows who they are, where they've come from, what the purpose of their existence is. This is my great anxiety as a young college student. I wanted to know, why do I exist? But the courses, the professors were not in the textbooks. We studied all the great philosophers. No one told me why I exist. This is the great deficiency of the Western civilization. They don't have any philosophical foundation as to know why even we exist. What's the meaning of life? What is the purpose of existence? If you don't even know why you exist, how you possibly can perfect your existence? So they go on in a blind way, just trying to gratify the senses, the tongue, the belly, the genitals. Gratify as much as possible. The more you're expert in gratifying your senses, that means you're a big, successful person. But what is the use of gratifying all these senses? They're only temporary. So they're going after, it's called Maya Sukhaya, illusory happiness. They're going after a temporary happiness. But do you want anything that's temporary? Do you satisfy with something temporary? Actually, we want things that go on perpetually. Do I want to be temporarily happy or permanently happy? What do you prefer, temporary happiness or permanent happiness? So we have to learn the art of permanent happiness from the bona fide spiritual masters, the sadhus and the sages and the scriptures. There's great knowledge coming down that Krishna revealed to Lord Brahma Brahma revealed to Narada Muni, revealed to Vyasadeva, this coming down, this great science, how to become free from all anxiety. But the difficulty is, they don't even want to admit they're suffering. They want to pretend they're happy. It's like you ask somebody, you go and ask how they, oh, fine, how are you doing? Fine, fine, fine. Actually, they feel like hell. They're not allowed to admit it. It's like when I was a college student, walking down the hall here at the University of Texas, and somebody said, how are you doing? I said, depressed. They said, don't say that. You're not allowed to even admit you're suffering. You have to pretend. You have to keep up a good face. Fine, fine, fine. You see? Just see what kind of a culture it is. You can't even honestly reveal that you're in anxiety. You have to pretend you're happy. You see? Keep up the good face. Pretend that you're happy. You see? So what kind of nonsense civilization is it? You can't even be honest. You have to be dishonest. You have to fool yourself into thinking you're happy, even though you're miserable like hell. You have to fool yourself into thinking, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. So just see the great mercy of Srila Prabhupada to reveal to us all this nonsense that's going on, to cut through all the nonsense. All these bogus gurus, like yesterday we were at the Mind, Body, and Spirit exposition, and the booth next was presenting some bogus guru. They called him Guru Dev, teaching the art of living. There's nothing about God. There's some big guru standing up on the stage and saying, yes, I'm going to teach you the art of living. But there's no mention of God. What kind of guru is this? What kind of nonsense rascal is this? He's presenting himself as a spiritual master, but he's not presenting the science of God. Do good to others. The more you can make, he was saying, the more you make others happy, the more you can be happy. Well, that's all right. But he doesn't know how to make others happy. This rascal doesn't even know what real happiness is. You see? His real happiness is to come to one of my seminars. That's my real happiness. That's how you become happy. So he packs the hall with all these people. That's called the cheaters and the cheated. They go to the cheater to be cheated. And they think, oh, I'm very happy. I heard Gurudev's lecture on the art of living, how to give joy to others so I can become joyful. But they don't know what actual joy is. They think it's the mind, the body, and the senses. They don't know what actual joy is, these fools and rascals. Because they don't understand Brahmabhuta Prasanadma Nasochati Nakankshati. They don't understand what is the spiritual platform when it becomes transcendental to all the ups and downs of material existence. They have no conception of actually achieving the spiritual platform, Brahmabhuta, becoming joyful, Prasanadma on the transcendental platform. They have no idea how to achieve this. Absolutely no idea. It's a crying shame, actually. But the Vaishnavas, the devotees of the Lord, the Krishna Bhaktas, they know what is the actual platform of happiness. Because they know, actually, a devotee of Krishna never has to be in any anxiety in any situation. Why? Well, his best friend is the most powerful, influential, merciful, and all-knowing person in all of existence. It's like, let's say you want to enter some country and they say, well, where's your visa, where's your passport? We're not going to let you into this country. But if your best friend is the president or the king, the better example, your best friend is the king, you have no trouble. Nobody can mess with you if your best friend is the king. He's willing to give you all protection. No one can mess with you in an actual traditional royal country. Your best friend is the king. You have no trouble in any situation because your best friend is the king. So our best friend is the king of all existence. The devotee's best friend is the king of all existence, Lord Sri Krishna, who is all powerful, all merciful, and all knowing. So the secret is, if you simply understand Bhoktaram Jakatavam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarvabhutanam Suhrit. What does Suhrit mean? Hrit means heart. Suhrit means very, very intimate. Suhridam. That person is my most intimate well-wisher, you see. I have the most intimate well-wisher as my constantly protecting me, you see. So all we have to do is take shelter of Krishna, and there's never any anxiety in any situation. We see that there's so much disturbance about this, disturbance about that, disturbance going on, you see. But the only reason we're ever disturbed is we're not taking shelter of Krishna. When we actually take shelter of Krishna, there's no question of being disturbed in any situation. You see. But why are we so stupid we don't take shelter of Krishna? Why are we so idiotic that we think, well, I'll just follow my mind. I will follow the dictates of my mind. My mind says, taste this, smoke this, drink this. I just follow the dictate, have sex with this person. If I just follow the dictations of my mind, you know, what kind of an idiot am I to follow the mind, the rascal mind? Govinda made it very clear. Bhajavu Remana Shrinandanandana Abhaya Chadanada Vindari. My dear mind. You see how he's being very kind to his rascal. His rascal mind. My dear mind. Please now engage yourself in the devotional service of the divine Son of Nanda Maharaj. Doesn't even say Krishna, he says the son of Nanda Maharaj. Why does he say the son of Nanda Maharaj? Why don't you just say Krishna? Well, you know what? Krishna's pure devotees are very, very dear to him. So when you address him as Nanda Nandana, Krishna becomes very pleased because Nanda Maharaj is very, very dear to him. Or Jashoda Nandana, or Radha Priya. And Krishna is named according to his associates, his most intimate devotees. That gives him great, great pleasure. Great, great pleasure. Nanda, Radha Priya, Nanda Nandana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. The Jamuna is very, very dear to Krishna. So we address Krishna in this way. It's like we do in our bhajan, we sing every day. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gopi Jana Ballabha, Giri Radhadari, the lifter of that Govardhan hill. Krishna is very, very pleased. That's why we chant Hare Krishna, but we also chant these other songs too, because it's very, very pleasing to Krishna. Be addressed in all these different ways. The lifter of Govardhan hill, and the one who wanders the bank of the Jamuna playing on the flute. The flute player. Krishna is actually there's unlimited ways of describing the Lord of Dwarka, the Lord of Mathura, you see this Jagannath, the Lord of the universe. There's many, actually unlimited numbers of ways we can name, designate that Supreme Lord. So just like there's what's called Vishnu Sahasranam, the 1,000 names of Vishnu. And that's only the tip of the iceberg. 1,000 names. It's actually thousands and millions and quadrillions and centurions going on and on and on names of the Supreme Lord. And this chanting of Hare Krishna is so ecstatic. This material, everybody's looking for sense gratification. A little sense gratification here, a little sense gratification there. They smoke this or they drink this or they have a little temporary pleasure, but how long does that pleasure last? It comes and it goes. It's fleeting. Material pleasure comes for a while and it goes away. I go to the restaurant and eat, and I'm so full I can't take nothing more. I could vomit, actually. I eat so much I had to go vomit. Or I had some problem with my bowel movements, because I ate so much, you see. So, all material pleasure, it comes and it goes. With this Hare Krishna Kirtan, this chanting of the holy names of the Lord is so ecstatic. Prabhupada explains how one can go on chanting 24 hours a day. Just like our Haridas Thakur, our Namacharya, the great Acharya, the chanting of the holy names. How many names did he chant every day? 300,000 names. 300,000 names a day. Now with our 16 rounds, we chanted about 28,000 names a day. But he chanted 10 times more than we did. Actually, it comes out to, if you calculate, it comes out to 173 rounds every day. So he chanted about 170. He was chanting 24 hours a day. Wonder how he can take care of the bodily needs. So it's not even mentioned. But he was chanting 24 hours a day this Hare Krishna mantra. And he was so fixed in this chanting that this Ramachandra Khan, he was very, very much disturbed. He wanted to bring, this Haridas is being worshipped as a great Acharya. So he was very envious of all this honor and worship that Haridas was getting. So he wanted to pollute and wanted to destroy his reputation. So he found one prostitute. That you go there and you pollute and you attract the Haridas for sex life. In this way we'll catch him. In this way we will destroy his reputation. So she went there, very beautifully dressed. First she offered obeisance to Tulsi Devi, and then she came in and she told Haridas she explained part of her body, also explained, and then she said, if you don't give me union, I will commit suicide. I so intensely want union with you. If you don't give it to me, I will kill myself. So Haridas said, yes, yes. Instead of being carried away, very fixed and chanting, said, yes, yes. I have taken a vow to chant 10 million names. So you just sit here and wait patiently, and certainly I will fulfill your desire. So in this way, she actually went and told Ramachandra Khan what was going to happen. So they were all looking forward to catching him and having this illicit sex life. But she came, I think it was 3 nights. He was chanting and saying, yes, yes, I'm almost done. You come again. And surely tonight I will satisfy. So this way it went on for 3 days. But she actually seemed so purified. He was chanting Hare Krishna. And so she started imitating. She was imitating, Hare, Hare. She was imitating, making fun. Yeah, Hare, Hare. But then she got purified. She was chanting the holy name in a fun way, making fun of him actually. But she was chanting the holy name. She had offered obeisance to Tulsi Devi, and she had the association with this great sadhu, and then she became a pure devotee actually. So this chanting of Hare Krishna is so powerful. Even a prostitute trying to pollute the devotee, she became a devotee just by hearing the holy name. You see. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So let us learn from Haridas Thakur, you see, how to become fixed in chanting Hare Krishna mantra, that nothing in this service, no material attractions will divert our minds from Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just like that one verse. I think it's Rupa Goswami, isn't it? I don't know how much nectar these 2 syllables Krishna produce. Because when I chant Hare Krishna, I might need to have millions of tons and millions of years to somehow get a little of that nectar. There's so much nectar in the name of Krishna that my tongue and my ears are not sufficient. One tongue and one set of ears is not sufficient. I can't get that full nectar. Then we have millions and billions and trillions of ears and tongues, so I can even get just a little fraction of the unlimited nectar that's contained in the name of Krishna. So we should learn from Rupa Goswami and Haridas Thakur how valuable these holy names actually are, and take this chanting Hare Krishna as the greatest benediction, the greatest blessing, not just something I have to get out of the way every day. Got to get my rounds done, Prabhu. No, we should take it as the greatest benediction, the greatest blessing. Have this opportunity by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, divine grace, Om Vishnu Bhad Paramahamsa Parivajakacarya Asthatara Sadashi Srimad A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Tridandi Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada to get to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's see if we have any questions or challenges or need any points that need clarification. You can type it in, or if not, we can end it a little early today. There's nothing. Any questions? How can we serve the Lord with love? Very nice person. Bhaktya. Not just mechanically do things, but how bhaktya. What is that verse? Patram puttam padam payam yomi bhaktami tadaham vabhishami nasnami padam. Bhaktya. How we do it with devotion. Well, the good news, Ajamil Das, is we already have that devotion within us. We actually are pure devotees. We're actually intimate associates of the Lord. We have that pure devotion within us. It's a natural thing, just like a father and son have a natural, intimate relationship. A husband and wife, there's a natural intimacy there, and that feeling, the natural feeling there. So just by practice, it's called sadhana bhakti. There's prema bhakti, with serving with love, and there's sadhana bhakti, serving according to the rules and regulations. It's like you're sick, healthy is your normal state and you're sick right now, you go to the doctor and says, take this medicine and restrict your diet in this way. So you follow the doctor's order, and by doing that, your natural, healthy state comes back. The disease is removed. So we have a disease now called material lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. We have this disease of the heart, covering the prema bhakti which is there within us. So we take this as a medicine. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There's the do's and the do nots. No illicit sex, no meat eating, no intoxication, gambling. Take the orders of the spiritual master of your life and soul and be dedicated to serving the spiritual master's orders. In this way, by doing sadhana bhakti, you gradually become purified. It's like the natural state of the room is it's clean, but now there's some dust and dirt everywhere, so you have to clean it up. It's like every day after lunch, our service is to clean the floor in the kitchen. There's so many particles of food on the floor, so many things. But we pick up the rugs and we sweep and sweep and sweep, take a dustpan and throw all the dust away. So we have that dust and dirt in the heart. So you have to sweep and clean and get rid of it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In this way, cleanse the heart of all the dirt that's polluting it. So once you get the dirt out of the way, that lust, the anger, the greed, the madness, the illusion, it's all gone. And now your original pure state of loving Krishna becomes remanifested. As simple as that, Ajamil Das. Dr. Sunil, I'm confused about the phrase personal ability in the first paragraph of the purport. Let's see that. Take a look at that. Personal ability is he could execute his prescribed duties with complete perfection as it fitted the time and circumstance and his financial strength and personal ability. So we all have certain abilities, don't we? Right? So is it physical or spiritual? Why not both? Because it doesn't say, according to his personal ability, why not both? Why not take it as both? Because his spiritual abilities were unlimited of pure devotees. But why not take it as both? Any reason not to take it as both? Amala Purana Das. Hare Krishna Srila Gurudev. How is it that prostitute can be purified in such a short time, even though she is committing offense against Haridas Thakur? The mercy of Haridas, the power of his personal association. However, neophyte devotees like myself trying to chant from past few years and still not much progress, please help us understand the difference between that prostitute and neophytes like myself. Interesting question. She got being a pure devotee in 3 nights, became completely pure. Here we are going over 30, 40, 50 years and we're not pure devotees yet. Chanting and chanting and chanting. Why? We're not good. She was making fun of the chanting. We were seriously trying to chant. Why are we not becoming pure devotees quickly like she became the pure devotee quickly? It's a very nice question, Amala Purana. Very nice question. It's one thing, it's our lack of desire. How she got it, we can explain why are we not getting it quickly? Because we're holding on to our material desire. That's why we're not getting it quickly. How did she get it quickly? It's special mercy of Haridas Thakur. She got to be in his personal association. If we had been in Haridas's personal association, it could be a different thing. But you know what? You can actually beg Haridas Thakur. You can say, my dear Haridas Thakur, in 3 nights that prostitute became a pure devotee. Please bless me. Even I'm not coming to pollute you in any way. I'm just coming and begging for your mercy. Please beg your blessing. I also can become now the pure devotee in 3 days. You can pray to Haridas Thakur. Beg for his mercy. Help me get out of my. I'm chanting for so many years and still full of lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. So please, as you purify that prostitute in 3 nights, please now purify me now. I'm begging you, my dear Haridas Thakur, please, you're merciful to that prostitute. Now give me similar mercy. You can take this confusion now to approach Haridas Thakur and beg for his mercy. Anything else? And about our locals, any challenges, corrections, directions.
How can one decide one's personal ability in doing spiritual activities?
By trying your best and see how much you can pull off. There's a limit of my abilities, but try to do as much as you possibly can, and you'll inside be limited. Isn't it? But the extent of try the best to do as much as you possibly can, and see how much you can get away with doing without being too tired or whatever.
And when it is a commitment, because you've done something this time, the next time you might be committed, or you might prove yourself that okay, you were able to do it the next time around too.
Yeah, maybe the next time you can't do it because you were not. Maybe you were more tired, or it was your health. You went through some health issues or financial issues or whatever. Because your ability can vary according to the situations. The weather can have an impact. Your financial situation have an impact. The association, the quality of the association you're in, all these things can have an impact on your ability to act in a certain way in a certain situation. So you just do the best you can in whatever situation you're in. And you may be in a different situation another time. You may not be able to do as much because the situation was different.
Thank you.
Sanat Kumara Das. Hare Krishna Shilagari. How can a devotee can realize that he has fully purified his consciousness? When you're fully purified, you won't have to, by fully purifying, you'll be able to see Krishna directly, face to face. Now you can know it. Premanjana charita bhakti valochanena santak sadai vajadayi shivalokayanti yang shama shunya ramachunya gana svarupam govindamadi purisham tamram. I worship Govinda the primeval Lord, who is Shama Sundar, Krishna himself, with inconceivable numerous attributes, and the pure devotees see in the heart of hearts of the eye of devotion, tinged with the salve of love. When you see Krishna face to face, eye to eye, then you can know you're completely purified. You won't be confused. You'll know that Krishna has blessed you with pure bhakti when you get it. But what about the struggling neophytes? Well, we just got to keep doing our sadhana, trying our best. Even if we're not completely purified, if we can somehow remember Krishna at the time of death, then boom. Krishna will overlook our deficiencies. If somebody takes shelter of Krishna at that last moment, even if we have so many deficiencies, so much lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy, if we take shelter of Krishna at that last minute, then boom, back to home, back to Govinda. Back to your swarupa, your original form you had in the pastime of Krishna before you foolishly tried to enjoy it separately here in this material existence. Anything else? Anything in the kitchen? Vishnu Rata. When will one chanting is enchanting? When you become a pure devotee. But even before that, you don't have to become a pure devotee for the chanting to be enchanting. Even now, it's even us for struggling neophytes. Sometimes we find it to be very enchanting. We dive into it, a really sweet kirtan, the ecstatic kirtan. We taste the nectar, we are sometimes enchanted, even our neophyte state where we have so much lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, madness and envy still polluting our hearts. Even for a struggling neophyte, sometimes we find it to be enchanting. But that, as you become more and more advanced, it becomes more enchanting and more enchanting and more enchanting, until finally you become enchanted, completely, totally enchanted with the holy names. All your enchantment for Maya Devi's offers, you see. Maya Devi is offering all these things, you see. Lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, envy. Maya Devi, come on, you can enjoy a little of this, come on, enjoy a little of that. There's no harm. Take a little enjoyment, take a little break from pure bhakti, and have a little enjoyment here. Come on. She's always trying to tempt us and trick us into getting into some sense gratification, you see. So, the more you become it, right now we're enchanted by Maya and we're enchanted by Krishna both. Because that enchantment for Maya will go down, 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 eventually to the point of zero. We're no longer enchanted by Maya Devi's offers. Bhakta Prantik. Hare Krishna Srila Gurudev, I'm always struggling to steady the mind while chanting, thereby always doing offenses. It's a very common problem for all of us neophytes. Our minds are unsteady minds, jumping here, jumping there, jumping. Thinking about this sense object, that sense object, this. That's the trouble. We're all struggling. Our neophyte devotees, we're struggling with this mind which is trying to pull us away from the holy names again and again. Come on, mind. Mind says, come on, I want to think about this for a while and meditate on this for a while. Don't get too much into this chanting. I mean, give me some space to enjoy. Come on, my dear devotee, let me enjoy. The mind is always trying to pull us away. How did Hare Das Thakur tasting so much nectar and chanting? He's a pure devotee. Simple thing. He's a pure devotee. So if we want to taste the nectar of our holy name, we have to beg for pure devotional service. There's a special prayer for that. How does that go? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. I have to beg Krishna, my dear Mother Radharani, my dear Krishna, please now bless me with pure devotional service. Here I am struggling with lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. Please save me, please liberate me from this laziness and craziness, this illusion and confusion and confusion in which I'm drowning in right now. Please, isn't it? Isn't it that? Or is this some hype? Really what I'm saying is true, or is this some fancy words?
True.
It's true? How do you know it's true?
I'm feeling that.
You're feeling it? You're tasting it? You're experiencing it?
Through your words and your convictions.
What about you? Are you experiencing this, or just some words, flowery words?
Experience, which parts are you experiencing?
Huh?
Which part experiencing?
Are you experiencing some chant of the holy names?
Not always.
Sometimes. We have Bhaktan Sheila from Ottawa, isn't it? Hare Krishna Srila Gurudev, as a beginner, please enlighten me how to save myself from being a fanatic. See everything through the eyes of Scripture. Read Prabhupada's books. It's called Bhaktan Sheila. It's called Shastra Chaksus. One who sees everything through the eyes of Scripture. In other words, you have to be philosophical and not fanatical. Fanatic, he has no philosophical understanding. He's just acting out of some whims. But if you see everything through the eyes of Scripture, you see, Shastra Chaksus. So Prabhupada's books are there to prevent us from being fanatics, protect us from being fanatics. So read all of Prabhupada's books again and again and again. Spend your whole life reading all of Prabhupada's books again and again and again, all of them. Bhagavad Gita, Nectar of Devotion, Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Upanishad, Easy Journey to Other Planets. Read all these books that Prabhupada has given again and again and again. And Prabhupada will protect you from being a fanatic. Yukadharma Devi Dasi. Hare Krishna Srila Gurudev, what is the significance of Krishna Maharaj being concealed as a pure devotee, especially manifested as a externally manifested as a dutiful king? Well, he could have just been, gone to Vrindavan and chanted, and just chanting, but he was engaged dutifully as a king and a Kshatriya, engaging the duties of a Kshatriya. Could have just done deity worship and chanting and preaching, and like a Brahmin. Could engage in activity, even though he was certainly unable to do such things, but he acted externally as a king, but doing it in a mood of pure devotion. Okay, Bhaktan Sheila, good. You're going to read the books. That's good. Read these books and also inquire. That's another nice training I got from Vishnu Jan Swami here, my Bhartma Pradarshaka Guru here in Austin. He said, you must inquire until your intelligence is fully satisfied. That's great instruction. And Prabhupada told me that you've been trained up under the expert guidance of His Holiness Vishnu Jan Maharaj. He had some difficulty. Still, Prabhupada confirmed he'd given me expert training, so I take that training, and I remember that instruction I take it as a very dear instruction. You must inquire until your intelligence is fully satisfied. That's how you avoid being a fanatic. Anything else? Everyone satisfied fully dedicated now to engaging in devotional service with your every thought, word, and deed in all times, places, and circumstances, you still have some doubts or some hesitations. What's the situation? If you still have doubts and hesitations, we're ready now for pure devotional service. We have to admit, as neophytes, we still have our doubts and hesitations as neophytes. So we have to kick out these doubts and hesitations, kick them out with booze. My dear mind, please not become fully absorbed in the devotional service to Divine Mind. If any nonsense things come, what does Acharya say? Spit at the thoughts. Some materialistic thought comes to your brain. Get out of my brain, you rascal thought. You dirty rascal thought. You're not welcome in my brain. You have some thought of some sense gratification. You're not welcome. My mind, you rascal mind, stop thinking such thoughts. You have to be very strong with your mind. You see your mind getting deviated by some materialistic thoughts, don't try to go off and into them. Enjoy them. Kick them out with booze. Get out of my mind, you rascal thought. You're not welcome here. You got to clean all those rascal thoughts out of the mind. The lust, the anger, the illusion, and madness and envy, those thoughts that sometimes pollute the brain. So get out of my mind. You're not welcome. Get out and don't ever come back. Become very strong this way. Okay, there's nothing else. We can stop here, and we thank everybody for tuning in. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.